welcome Team Elite, Mr. Gary DeRitter.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this evening, and I appreciate you taking a little bit of time to learn a little bit more about the details of this company called Nu Skin. I want to share tonight a little bit of my background and show you how what I've done is something that literally anybody could follow and do the steps the same way. But each of you comes from your own perspective and background. I would hope that you might take a few notes this evening that might be of value to you. And again, you've been invited by somebody that had your best interest in mind. So please appreciate the fact that you've been invited to take a look at a business opportunity. And if they didn't think highly of you, they wouldn't have extended that invitation. I'm right now in Las Vegas, and I live here about 4 months out of the year. About 4 months or so, I'm in New Jersey, South Jersey at the shore. And that's the area where I grew up. Not at the Jersey Shore, but I grew up in North Jersey. And I spend the other months in Southern California when it's safe to be there. And so, but it's a pleasure to be here in Las Vegas now, and to be hanging out with grandkids. It's just really a great lifestyle. Let me take it back a few years and give you a sense of where I come from. My background is business, and I was a college basketball coach right out of school. But my brother introduced me to the computer industry, and his company moved him to California. I interviewed, they hired me, and they moved me to California. And for a couple of years, we both worked for a very large company. Got a little frustrated working for the big company and felt maybe I could do it better myself. So started and launched a software company. Had a partner when we launched. A year later, Ed joined us, my brother. We built that over about a decade. Got it up to about 40 employees, and we automated businesses in Southern California. And it was a great experience and a great learning for us because we got to work with business owners with computers that would help them maximize their business profitability, their communications, all the things that computers did back decades ago. And during that time, we got to work with some mom and pop business owners and then some large companies and some companies we watched their growth. But we saw some and recognized certain things that were the same within business. In the segment that we were in, we were dealing with importers and wholesalers, people who had inventory, large warehouses, that sort of thing. And we saw that there was a lot of overhead, a lot of capital to invest, that they dealt with all the government regulations. They had employees, they had regular hours, they had leases on buildings or purchases of buildings, all the trappings, I'll call it, of traditional business. And yet there I was going off and starting my own with employees, with offices, with overhead, with government rules and regulations, all the things that are part of business and the business environment. But I did love it, to be honest. And we were growing and we were having fun with what we did. We ran it sort of in a family way. And we just really enjoyed the prospect of it. And as an entrepreneur, when I saw an opportunity to branch into computer leasing, I did that. And into computer business forums, I did that. And I enjoyed that environment, and I enjoyed the prospect of it. But it kind of wears you out when you're the first one in the morning and the last one out at night. And you begin to think about, is there another way? And we saw another way in the direct selling industry. So when we had a chance to sell our business, we did. We went to work for the company that had bought us out, so we weren't in a rush, but we began to evaluate the direct selling industry, and we studied the industry a bit, and we found a company, and we had some success, and we left the computer industry for good, and we built a team, and over the course of about 17 years, we were full-time in the direct selling industry with a company, and we built a team throughout the United States and Canada, and we loved the concept that our success was completely dependent upon our own hard work and helping other people become successful. Well, as you would have it, about 14 years ago, we saw and we were introduced to Nu Skin. And we had already had all this experience with another company. So we knew exactly what we would look for if we were willing to make a switch. We knew what we didn't want. And we had good friends who were doing so well in Nu Skin that we had to take a look. And when we did, we were really impressed. And I'm going to begin to share some slides with you just to give you maybe some visual that goes along with the story. But That's not what was supposed to come up. So let's see if I can do this right. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. And so when I looked at Nu Skin for the first time, and this was, again, was 14 years ago this month, we began to look, we saw a company that was really serious about a bigger mission than we had ever seen. They really, truly wanted to empower people, and we liked the culture that was developing. We loved the science behind the products, and we loved the timing of the business. The company was already international, and that meant that as we built, our people would have an opportunity to build on an international scale. Then it was 40 countries. Now it's over 50 countries around the world. Then it was $1 billion in annual sales. Now it's approaching $3 billion in annual sales. So it's really a company that's solid and established and doing it right with great infrastructure and great leadership and great management. And frankly, with outstanding vision. So we saw all of those things. And even though we'd been doing what we did for years and we didn't have to make a move, we just said, sometimes you have to give up what's good to go for what's great. And that was our decision. You might be in a similar position where whatever you're doing is kind of working for you, but maybe it's not working at a level that you really would like to have in your life. Maybe the lifestyle, maybe it's, the stability or the strength, or, the industry has changed so much in the last couple of years. Maybe you're at one of those crossroads yourself. So we made that decision. We jumped on board and we began to build. And it's just been an amazing journey. And we saw some of the things at a lower level than what I want to walk through with you this evening. And here I am now 14 years later, and I can look back and say, truly, this is the finest business vehicle that I personally have ever seen. And again, I've worked with many, many businesses in a career of working with businesses. And I've just never seen anything that's quite this vehicle that can create for you whatever your goals are. In fact, when you look at what we do, it's a very, very flexible business. So we definitely have people, and some of you may be looking at something to just make some money this week, this month. And that would be great. We have others that are looking at this and saying, if it was something I could create a nice, consistent, regular part-time income or a plan B to go along with what I do, I'd really be interested in that. I'd love to have multiple streams of income. I'd really love to have maybe something going as a side hustle, as a gig, something that I can plug in with what we have right now for our family. And if somebody else is saying, I'm looking at this really at a more serious level. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I'd love to make a shift. And if this is a vehicle that I could build in a reasonable period of time, you've got my attention. I'm all ears. And so no matter where you are on that scale, I can tell you that there's a place for you with this business. So as we walk through this, we're going to walk through 5 components that I think you really need to evaluate in any business or business opportunity. The first is simply the market trends. Now, we match up really, really well. And part of it is because of the way we do business. We take products direct from Nu Skin to the consumer. And the old way, and it's disappearing quickly, was where a manufacturer would take it to a wholesaler, and also a wholesaler would sell it to the retailer, and the retailer would take it to the consumer. And that would all be done over a period of time. And that would all be done with everybody earning their margin along the way. And then there'd be a chunk of money that would have to go into the advertising, et cetera. And instead, Nu Skin said, why don't we just pay the distributor force of independent distributors for doing that, for making the connection, for creating the network, and we'll simply ship the product directly to the consumer, and we'll be able to create a commission for giving the money to the people who have created the sale, who have created the word of mouth brand, who have really worked hard to develop the team that puts the product together with the distributor. And so it makes an awful lot of sense. And all of that money saved can then go out to the distributor force. And it's just such a brilliant model. And frankly, there's, more and more companies are moving in that direction one way or another. Now, when you look at trends, there's so many other things that are happening. We already know social media is exploding, and we have a nice fit there. We already know that communications is simpler and faster and easier, much like what we're doing right now. And it doesn't matter if you're across the street here in Las Vegas, or if you're in California or New Jersey or in Florida, or if you're in Canada, or if you're across borders into South and Central America, if you're into Europe, et cetera. I mean, that's the reach that we have today that we didn't have 5 years ago. 10 years ago, forget about it, right? And so all of those things are coming together. But you know what else is coming together? Some really exciting trends like anti-aging. And again, I have to emphasize that I'm a business guy. And Nu Skin is a company that has a tremendous reputation. I'm about to show you some of the products. And when I do, for some of you, that's what you're waiting for. You're gonna be really excited about our skincare and our skin devices. Some others of you might be really passionate about nutrition and the ability to measure that. And truthfully, that's where we came from. 14 years ago, we came from a nutrition company. So when we saw the science and the measurement capabilities of what Nu Skin could do, perfect, check mark, we're in. But the truth is that I'm actually a business person first. And the reason I love the products that we have is because people love our products. And they buy them, they use them up, and they buy them again. And we make that really convenient and easy for the consumer to do. And it's that process, the fact that they use it up, and buy it again because they're consumables. And in so many cases, they're unique, sometimes patented, proprietary, exclusive to us. So our ability to offer into the marketplace something that's really special really makes this a great business because it makes it a long-term business. You're not putting something in place where they buy it once, they're gone, and you just hope for the next customer to come along. We build a base of customers. And then from there, many of our distributors emerge. We also look for distributors, and they'll build their base of customers, and that will become, part of their process for building their team along the way. It's really quite magical the way it works. Now, when you look at the science behind our company, we always have on staff at least 75 full-time scientists, all different disciplines, 18 different disciplines. We have 4 labs around the world. These are extraordinary people, the tops in their field. And in addition to that, we have this scientific advisory board that has some extraordinary people that works very carefully, reviewing our products, working with us on new product launches and development. We have developed a number of different skincare devices, and we have another that's just come into our market. Canada has access to that a little bit earlier than the US. The US about to have it as well. It's called ageLOC Boost. Frankly, if you missed the galvanic or facial spa wave of growth, or you missed our facial spa wave of growth, or our LumiSpa wave of growth, don't miss the Boost wave of growth. I mean, with each wave of growth, it's amazing how much our business grows, our company grows, and our customer base grows, because from each of those devices, we end up with long-term customers on our consumables. It's just a great model. Now, the LumiSpa, I mentioned it, it's been winning awards for 18 months, 2 years now. Millions of units have been sold, and it's a darling of the beauty industry throughout the world. And in fact, it's the number one skincare device, and we've been rated the number one skincare device a couple of years in a row now. Very, very impressive. And when you look at what it does, it's a cleansing device. I was a nutrition guy, and I was reluctant, slow to really catch on to the skincare. This device, I use it every day, and I wouldn't be without it. I love the device. I use it in the shower. It's waterproof. You can use it twice a day, and it is recommended. And it doesn't just clean, but you see all these other benefits that come with it, and simple. And I love it because it's sort of a unisex. It's a uni everything, right? Old and young. We've even got an acne treatment program that's part of it. We've got men, women. Just everybody loves the device, and it's just fun, safe, simple. As I say, it's rated number one, and has all these extra features. And there's a few companies in the market now that have come in with some device. They don't really touch what we do. And frankly, they don't touch what we do at our price. It's really a great value bringing this into the market. Really proud of what it is and what it represents. But as you see, there are some consumables that go right along with it, and that's the magic to what we do. It's always the consumables. And it's always the results. Before and afters are what drive the growth. And we thought initially that this would be great for one-on-one and doing demos and half-face demos and that sort of thing. And it is great for that. But, over the last year, we've really learned how to do Zoom presentations with half-face demos. That works effectively. We've also learned that you can just simply post on whether you're doing stories in Instagram or Facebook or Facebook posts. And we thought there might be a, kind of a cap because it's over $100. We thought maybe that was the cutoff. No, not at all. People, especially when it's friends recommending to friends, people say, that's great. How do I get one? and we have an affiliate link or a commissionable link. We can just send that to people. They click, they buy direct from the company ships, and you get your commissions put into your bank account the day that it ships. It's a simple process and program, and people are doing very, very well just with that, which is just one component of the way that we do business. Now, I mentioned there's additional products along the way. Well, we just relaunched this Nutricentials line, completely redid the line, all new ingredients. We loved the name, so we kept the name. That's the only thing that's the same. But our Nutricentials line has these bioadaptive botanicals that really take advantage of certain ingredients that are going to kind of match what the skin's needs are. And it's just leading edge, high tech, but really low priced. And so we know that we're hitting the perfect spot in the market. And this is either an entry level product for some people just getting involved in skincare based on their age, but right on up through, there are people at all ages using this. And while there's 14 products in the line, it's really just 4 or 5 products based on who you are and what your skin type is. So you'll get a little guidance and coaching from whoever introduced you to the program. And I would highly recommend you use a handful of these. You're going to love it because these are really the best. This is state of the art. Now, from a business standpoint, that lower left corner, the nutrition with measurement, that's how we got started. We were really, really impressed with the quality of the product line, the breadth and depth of the product line, and then the ability to measure. Nobody else could do that. We'd been in the industry 17 years. We did a good job talking about our products, but suddenly we saw somebody who could prove that their products literally got to the tissue level and really did impact people. So there's just nothing better in the marketplace as far as I'm concerned. We came out with a product called Age Lock Youth, which is in Canada called Y-Span. Oh my gosh, is that a great product? I never thought in my lifetime, having been now in nutrition over 30 years, I never thought I'd be part of bringing to market a product that's that high-tech, high-quality, innovative, unique, taking ingredients from some of the healthiest diets of people around the planet, bringing it together in one product. It's just amazing. Top left, we have social selling systems for those who love sharing products, who love posting about things they have fun with or experiences they've had or whatever. We've got a handful of products that are just each one after another during the course of the year. They become so hot in the marketplace. The company has really hustled to keep enough inventory for us to continue to grow with it. And we'll continue to do that this year. This will be another year of this and using our systems to be able to supply the needs of people who really, really love these products. Beauty devices has been strong. And then, there's some people who love the global opportunity. They're just looking to build an international business and able to offer any of these things. And along the way, there's a whole secondary aspect to our business, which is our philanthropic side and our Force for Good Foundation. So those are more detailed things, and I would ask whoever invited you to take a look at this for more of the details on that. But let's look at the company. I mentioned we're in 50 markets around the world. Some of the biggest markets still aren't open yet with Nu Skin, so that'll happen along the way. So there's still plenty of time for growth. But the truth is, there is tremendous opportunity for growth right in our backyard. Literally every market is young in terms of our business saturation, our business penetration, our business growth. And so this is a great time to be involved. I haven't heard yet our numbers. We are publicly traded. We know that our third quarter was a spectacular quarter, far exceeded what our projections had been. And then we projected even higher volumes for the fourth quarter, waiting to hear what those numbers are. But from every indication, we had a very strong year in the United States and North America and worldwide. 2019 revenues were $2.4 billion. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we crushed that number for 2020. We're traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol NUS, and 36 years in business, great track record, and acknowledged over and over by so many people for what we do and how we do it. We're a well-managed, well-run company, well-financed, grounded. We do things right. The closer you look, the closer you inspect who Nu Skin is, the more you're going to like what you see. Now, the vision is clearly to become the world's leading business platform. And I mentioned the flexibility of that. For some people, hey, that simply means that we're a dependable company to be able to offer products that they could post socially and earn today, tomorrow, this week, this month. For others, you're looking for a bigger opportunity than that, and you'd like to grow a team and to begin to build. So we actually offer the opportunity to grow in that manner. If you look at our compensation, we start, and everybody starts as a brand affiliate. You'll see that side on the left side there. And we're paid daily as brand affiliates. We earn share bonuses when we share the products. We earn retail profits when we sell the products at a retail. That's either that we buy wholesale and sell it, or we could actually send a link and allow people to purchase retail from the company. And then the company gives us our portion of that. So it's simple enough. So we have that. And then for some people, that works well. And they say, what's the next step? Well, you can earn commissions. Well, how do I earn commissions? Well, you need to get to the brand rep position. I'll show you how to do that step by step. And when you're there, now the volume that you create, you and your team would earn weekly, and you get that money direct deposited weekly. And so that's our building program. And so there's a qualification level to get there, and you begin to build. And then for those who are looking for the leadership and really management and growth of your team, you're paid for the success of your team. And coaching those people, plugging them into the things that we do and the training and the support that you get, just helping in those regards is going to put you in a position. And this whole compensation plan, it's got a name. It's called Velocity. I've been a student of the industry, and I've been a student of compensation plans for 30 years. And I have to say that the Velocity compensation plan, which wasn't in place when I joined the company 14 years ago, but we moved into that plan a few years back. And when I saw the plan, and now I've seen it in action, I can tell you from my personal experience, bar none, this is the finest compensation plan in the industry. And I say that because we pay very generously on the front end of the plan. New people getting started can do very, very well. We pay very well as you're building the business, and we pay very well on the back end of the plan. The numbers are there. The measurement is there. The company has done their hard work to understand exactly where the money in the plan needs to be to reward properly at each step as people grow through the business. There are even bonuses as you advance in the business. And I'll tell you, I've been in the industry a long time. This is amazing. I would join the company today, if it was me, I would join just for this. But on top of that, you get a great product line. On top of that, you get great management, and you get stability with a company that's been around for 36 years. So to me, it's just an awesome position. Now, I mean, the numbers kind of tell the story, but if you look under that word share, you see brand affiliate. And these were numbers that literally come from our financial reports. This is a publicly traded company, so this is all audited, et cetera. But everybody starts with that brand affiliate, and you see the line that says average monthly bonus. And so you can see right across, and a lot of people, their eyes will gravitate all the way to the right, but I'll just share with you that as you're getting started, let's say, look at gold. That's that first that has a gold symbol there of the Nu Skin logo. And that means that you've gotten to that brand rep position, and you have one person that you've helped get there as well. That's what's the definition of a gold. And when you're there, of all the people who have gotten to that level, the average monthly income is $979 monthly. Okay, that's great. And there's retail profits that would come on top of that. And then, as you advance in the plan, just, you've done it once, you just do it again and again. And as you're building your team, you eventually move up those ranks. And, I would say to you, where would you be comfortable? Where would you find that if your number was there, it would be worth your energy and effort? Well, wherever you point, we can lay out a plan. The person who introduces you to this business can show you exactly step by step how to get right to that spot. And I can share with you that there are people who are doing this and have gotten to that point. Those are the averages, right? So there are people who do better and people who do not as well, and has a lot to do with you, right? It's all about your hard work. We would never, ever say to you that this is a lottery system, that this is a luck system. No, this is a work system. It is called network marketing, right? And so we work and we build and we help and we coach and we do. And each one of us, we all do three things at that level. We're all using the products ourselves, typically. It's not a requirement, but I'll tell you that it helps, right? We all market the products and we sell. We have our customers. And we are all building a team and sponsoring other distributors and helping them to do the same. And the simpler you keep it, the faster it grows. That's just one of the rules of duplication. I mean, it happens in that manner. And so we encourage people to kind of keep it simple and help others to do the same. When you do that, you are rewarded. And every 6 months, the company announces a new destination. It was just this week. 2 days ago, the company announced Waikiki. And what a great location. Now, it seems like a really long time ago, but it was a year ago that I was in Waikiki. And it was a great trip. It was a great couple of days that I spent there. And it's a beautiful place. If you've never been to Hawaii and you want to go, well, we've got a goal for you. Again, we'll show you exactly what the steps are, how to get to brand rep to begin to earn points. And when you earn the points for the qualification, Nu Skin gives you an all-expense paid trip for two. And we'll be staying at the, I believe it's the Waikoloa Village, the Hilton Waikoloa Village there. And it's just a great trip. And Nu Skin does it right. They really treat their people extraordinarily well. We've been to places like Sydney, Australia, and Ireland, and Iceland, and Alaska cruise, and Bermuda, and Caribbean cruise, and Hawaii a couple of other times, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And it just goes on and on. Nu Skin has always picks fantastic resort destinations. I've been on a number of them. I haven't been on every one of them. I'm anxious and have set a goal to be going to Waikiki myself. So set that goal and I'll meet you there. Final piece to the equation, number 5, is timing. And I can tell you, again, based on a lot of experience, there's times that are better than others when you're involved in a business like this, a networking business. And it just so happens that right now is an extraordinary time. Nu Skin a year ago, in this month, January a year ago, they made an announcement at an event that took place live and in person in Anaheim. And they said the focus, we've been building extraordinarily well around the world, but the focus, we want to bring it back to the North American market. And with the North American market, we want to really be able to penetrate this market effectively and to grow locally. Not to say that we would ignore or neglect any of the external markets. But we'd been kind of like, just growing mildly, very modestly over a couple of years. They said, let's put the intention right here. Now, little did we know what kind of year we were going to have in 2020. But the fact is that the company had already put a number of things in place. Velocity with daily pay made a big difference when it came to social media. Velocity with the ability to take the products that Nu Skin had brought to market that were visual results of before and afters, like our sunless tanner product, Instaglow, or our whitening toothpaste, or any one of the handful of products that are in that category. Suddenly, with before and afters, the business took off for people. And then when you tied that into our velocity compensation plan, it really helped people to be rewarded when they needed it. And so the business took off in 2020 in North America. Again, we won't know till the end of this month when they do the actual reporting what that looks like, but we know we had a great year, which positions us perfectly because Nu Skin knows what we need and they're continuing to develop. We're going into the next year of seasons with our products, and this is going to be a spectacular year. So I would encourage, this wouldn't be the time to wait and watch. This would be the time to jump in. If you look just at the market of the beauty device industry, it's going to grow. We're selling millions of these units, but it took us 10 years with our previous device, which was a blockbuster, the facial spa or the galvanic spa, as it's called in Canada. It took us 10 years to hit 2 million units sold, but we did that in 18 months with the Luma Spa. I have no idea what it's going to be with the Boost that we're launching, but you look at those numbers, you say, well, it's probably going to be fast. So don't miss that opportunity. Don't miss the opportunity of bringing Nutricentials to the market. Don't miss the opportunity of whatever's next and next and next. Because Nu Skin's science team is at work right now, identifying exactly what we want to bring into the market in 2021, 2022, 2023, et cetera. They have a long-term vision of product launches and innovation and technology that really supports what we are looking to do and build from ourselves. So you add up all these pieces and, you just couldn't be positioned better. So what do you do next? What do we do? Well, it's a free sign up. You then identify what it is that you want to do. You set a goal now and you can change that as you go. You can grow it, shrink it, whatever. Want to launch your base of customers, develop your brand reps, your leaders on your team, and qualify for a success trip. And you'll get great coaching. We do some of our coaching online. There's an event this Saturday that you can learn about. You can plug into that. We call it Plan to Win 2021. And you'll hear from the president of the Americas and so many more markets, Tyler Whitehead. You'll hear from Dr. Joe Chang, who heads up all of the science. And you'll hear from special outside guest speakers. You'll hear from people who are having success in the growth of their business. It's really going to be a great event. That's at noon Mountain Time on Saturday, and you can find out more about the details of that. And then there's other trainings during the month, and every morning we address people and address some of the subjects and topics. If you're looking for good guidance and coaching, you're going to get it. You get it with your sponsor and your upline team that are there with a vested interest in your success, and you'll get it just by plugging into what we call One Team Global. That's who is sort of oversees in our support system to put this together. We have our entire system. OTG has what we call System 7. It's really a detailed system of what to do and the habits that you need to have, and then the events that you can plug into along the way. It's all laid out and it's all there. I love the fact that it's sort of a turnkey business, that it's a blueprint business, that is free to start, and that in so many ways it's unlimited. It's really up to you. So I appreciate your time this evening. Again, my name is Gary DeRitter. It's been my pleasure coming to you from Las Vegas. And I hope that I've been able to answer some questions in advance that you might have about getting started and about why you might want to do this business. So simply get back to the person who has invited you, learn more about some of those details, and get off to your own fast start right from here. So with that, thank you so much. And I wish you a great evening. Thanks.